But first, that new fire system. In any emergency, be it a fire, road accident or flood, the more information the firemen on the spot can get their hands on, the better they can deal with it. And this equipment will be able to help them. In fact, it's the base station for a new data transmission system that's soon to be installed by West Midlands Fire Service, and it can communicate with all its appliances.
And the information arrives here on the screen. Now, this is the first message which was transmitted to all the vehicles involved in this emergency as soon as the alarm was raised. And you can see it was timed at 18:58 and 10 seconds. Tells me all the basics. A fire, a BBC television centre, there's the address, map grid references there. And these figures here tell me that I can expect to be joined by 3 other units. I also have a water plan. Now, this gives me the building outline, but most importantly, the positions of all the fire hydrants around the building. Now, here we are just by reception, and you can see there's a fire hydrant very near us, and that's the one we'd use if this was a real emergency. And if I want a permanent copy of all this information to take in with me, I can just from the printer here. But say the fire is inside the building, just outside Studio 5. Well, I'll need a more detailed map. So I can call that up and ask for it. BBC TV Centre, Studio 5 is what I'm interested in. I'll just type that in and send it off, because that's being sent to the base computer in the studio, where information I need will be automatically retrieved and sent back to me. Now, at the moment, this sort of information has to be requested over the radio, which can be very time-consuming and frustrating, especially when it's noisy rushing to a fire. Or the information can be held in files, but in the cab. But for a huge area like the West Midlands, keeping over 100 vehicles equipped with up-to-date building plans is almost impossible. Right, well, let's see if we've got that more detailed plan. New message, so let's have a look. Now, this, of course, these are fictitious maps because for security reasons, but you can see that if I flick down, there is Studio 5. And I also get information of a chemical hazard. Now, if, for instance, there was a chemical here, which again we're just pretending for this demonstration, I could find out more details about it. Isopropyl acetate is that again. I go to information, I want to find out, so the UN number for that is 1220, and again I send it off. And of course, the list of dangerous chemicals that firemen have to cope with is growing longer all the time. They need to recognise not just which are inflammable, but how to deal with the chemicals if there's a spillage or if it comes into contact with the skin. And I should be able to receive that information. Yep, new messages. Let's see what we know about isopropyl acetate. Highly inflammable liquid, flash point below 21 degrees Celsius. So if there had been a fire here, it would be very important to keep it from spreading to near that stuff. Well, this is the first fire engine to have this system, but by April, West Midlands Fire Service hopes to have it installed in all of 117 of its fire appliances.